watching a master at work.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
With the first pick in the 2007 draft, you select us. Tell it like it is.
Tell it like it is.
Saturday. It's a Saturday.
Right. Afternoon.
I always have little special shows on Saturday. Welcome back, UPTV Channel 6, Tell It Like It Is. Joe Stovall, the football expert we brought in for this particular show, Sean Michael Strahan Green.
How you doing?
What's going on, Bun?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. You got your Giants shirt on.
Yes.
I got on my old Viking shirt because
That's Randall Moss.
it's Gene Washington. Now, you know today is going on right now, so if you're watching this at home, I got to say thank you because you could be watching plenty of other things. NFL draft is going on right now where broke college kids become instant millionaires.
Or they try to become.
Yeah, and today was no different than it's been in the past several years. We started the draft off today with Oakland,
The Raiders.
the number one pick.
The first time they had the number one pick in the modern day draft.
Wow. And they picked a biggin
Bigger than me and you.
combined.
I hope he pans out.
If you got a chance to check out the draft earlier today, we're talking about Jamarcus Russell, 6'6", 260-pound quarterback.
Where's he from?
Parts unknown. He from where Otis Sistrunk came from. A quarterback that big, parts unknown.
You're right.
You know, that's like seeing Bigfoot.
Well, you know, they grow big quarterbacks in Louisiana.
They sure do, and he is no exception. So with the first pick, like you said, the Raiders, modern day history, first time, they take him. The second pick in the NFL draft belonged to the Detroit Lions.
Did they take a wide receiver?
Let me think about it.
4 years in a row, isn't it?
4 out of the past 5. I think they did.
Calvin Johnson,
Best
best player in the draft.
player available, as Mel Kiper Jr. would call him.
Well, it's his opinion. That's what he get paid for, talking like we do, but we ain't getting paid.
Right, we get Coca-Colas and a whole bunch of snacks, and these snacks a little light today.
Right.
So just Coca-Cola right now. But I'm gonna put you on the clock. If you were sitting in the chair of Al Davis, or the general manager of the Oakland Raiders, or if you were sitting in the chair as the president and GM of the Detroit Lions, what would you have done with the first and second pick in today's draft?
Well, if I was the Oakland Raiders, they hurting at quarterback. Mm-hmm. They got Porter and Moss on your slots. They got what's your running back, Lamont Jordan in the backfield,
Right.
But they had a suspect quarterback. I mean, Aaron Brooks, he's there. He was there and he's gone. Now there's
Walters.
You know, then Tusiasa Sopo. They had him. And,
Say that one more time.
you know what I'm talking about.
Him too.
Yeah, him too. I mean, they not had a real proven quarterback since Rich Gannon left.
But Rich
And he was when he come to Raiders. You know, Raiders are the retirement home in the NFL.
Exactly.
You know, if you end up with the Raiders, you mean you better sign your retirement check.
Shady Rest, AARP, you're going to get all the perks, Now, you brought up the fact that the last good quarterback the Raiders had was Rich Gannon when they went to the Super Bowl, but he was on
the backside of his career.
14, 15 years in the league when he got to that point.
Well, have you ever known the Raiders have a great quarterback?
No, if you go all the way back to George Blanda, and I know I'm taking you way back on that one, Darryl LaMonica, George Blanda, Jim Plunkett,
Kenny
Stabler, all of them old. So the reason why I bring that up,
Jim Plunkett.
Yeah, Jim Plunkett was an old man and resurrected his career, and that's the other place. You know, not only is it a retirement place where you resurrect your career in Oakland. Now, the reason why I bring that up, Jamarcus Russell, fresh out of college, putting the weight on his shoulders. Now, it seems like it takes 3 to 5 years for an NFL rookie quarterback to get his feet wet. You know, Ben Roethlisberger is really an exception to the rule. You know, he lucked up and got with a real good team like the Steelers, but most, you know, Peyton Manning, his brother Eli, Donovan McNabb, Culpepper, you know, the list goes on of rookie quarterbacks who come in and struggle right away. Mm-hmm. What do you see what's going to happen with Jamarcus Russell?
Oh, he'll struggle. It'd be hard for him to read defenses, pick up blitz and schemes. I mean, he'd go through rookie pages. You know, the media will put pressure on him, and, you know, they'll set him up for failure.
Yeah. See, my thing is, you're only as good as the people around you in football.
That's true.
And the Raiders have a porous offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Gallery, number 2 overall pick out of Iowa a couple years ago.
Still about The Undertaker?
Yeah, The Undertaker, he needs to be buried. They need to put him in a coffin, box him up, put some dirt on him. Bust. Reminds me a lot of Tony Mandarich.
Yep.
Now, you look up, Raiders are porous offensive line. Russell comes in today, number 1 pick. Are you going to let him sit for a while, or are you going to throw him right to the Wolves?
I would throw him right in.
Well,
you know, the Raiders, you know, they not known for letting you sit around.
Right. No.
Al Davis not going to pay you $35 million to sit on the bench.
Well, that's because, first of all, Al ain't got that much time left. He want to be sure he's seen play before he moves on to greener pastures.
You're right.
So, now, on the flip side, we're talking about quarterback Jamarcus Russell, first pick. The second pick, as we mentioned, Calvin Johnson, everything receiver out of Georgia Tech. My question is, you started to show off, isn't this the 4th receiver they've taken in the first round in the past 5 years?
Well, I mean, Detroit is, you know, it ain't like they burning up the offensive side of the football.
No. And you got John Kitna is your quarterback in Detroit.
He's okay.
Backup. He's a serviceable backup quarterback.
Yeah. He's a Garcia.
Now you got Mike Martz as offensive coordinator, who's the, you know, offensive guru who set up the Rams a few years ago. My question actually goes to the man who made this decision, Matt Millen. Should he be fired?
If this doesn't pan out this year, if they don't win enough games to make it to the playoffs, yes. He's on his farewell tour.
Yeah, I think he should go. And the reason why I think he should go is that, you know, if we sit back and look at what's happened over the past couple of years with their selections, let's go back to 2003, Charles Rogers.
He's not in the league.
Smoked himself right on out. And he was the all-everything receiver out of Michigan State.
Yep.
Then they go get Roy Williams, all-everything receiver from Texas.
He's doing it.
He's doing it, but
my fantasy guy too.
But you got to remember, Roy Williams was also the guy who said that they should be scoring 40 points a game going into that Bears game. So he a few cards short of a full deck. Mike Williams.
Oh, the guy that challenged the NFL.
Challenged the NFL.
Had to sit out.
Had to sit out a year. Drafted top 10 USC. Now what? He's a tight end, if you want to call him that.
Well, he was a hell of a receiver at USC.
And that's
he made them spectacular one-hand grabs and dipsy-do and he ran them all. So he was college.
Of the college scene, we talking about the NFL. What did Jerry Glanville say? Not for long.
Not for long.
So I think Matt Millen, in my humble opinion, fired.
But speaking of that, they did go get a quarterback in the second round. They went and got Drew Stanton out of Michigan State.
Now that's an excellent point that you bring that up, that Stanton, people around here ought to know about Stanton. And the fact that, you know he dropped, 700 on Illinois a couple years ago here in Memorial Stadium. So people ought to be familiar with Drew Stanton. Now, I think that is a good pickup for him in the fact that they didn't have to waste a first-round pick on a quarterback to spend a lot of money on. They bring Stanton in. He can sit out this year, learn behind Kitna. Well, actually learn under Martz, not really behind Kitna. You know, and then roll from there. Now, I know folks out there watching us and listening, and I know they had some people that they wanted selected in today's NFL draft. Did your team pick the player you wanted? I know a lot of you out there watching and saying, kind of questionable. The Bears, 31st pick in the draft, and who do they pick? A tight end.
Out of Miami.
Greg Olsen, tight end out of Miami.
Miami has good tight ends.
They have great tight ends,
But I mean, they go to the league and they're very successful.
But I'm looking at it from this standpoint. If you're a Bear fan, Thomas Jones just got traded to the Jets early this year. Tank Johnson is in the pokey.
Mr. Briggs don't want to play.
Lance Briggs don't want to play for you no more.
What do you do?
You got backfoot Grossman as your quarterback. And you go out and get a tight end?
What's wrong with Des Clark?
Exactly. I'm just saying, I think the Bears had other needs
Besides the tight end.
besides the tight end. I know there's some Bear fans out there watching us. You give us a call here at UPTV Channel 6. Tell it like it is.
Tell it like it is.
Stack Girl got here on time today. She beat me. She beat me here. So that ought to tell you. Now, my thing is, I think Stack Girl spent the night here. Because it's the only way she gonna get in here on time. And she spent the night. She's chilling out front. But give us a call. Let us know what you think about today's draft. They're into the second round right now. That's the final thing on the draft.
Oh, it's so long. Oh, you could go out to eat and go shopping and do some yard work and come back, and they still not through the first round yet.
With the 10th pick, the New York Jets. Oh, wait a minute. There's a trade.
I mean, it's like 30 minutes between each.
That's what I want.
Team.
And that's my question.
Let's have speed draft.
Exactly.
5 minutes. Let's go.
Do it like the fantasy football leagues.
Yeah.
You got 1 minute.
Let's go. Boom. You should know who you're taking.
And the fact that you got all these executives and scouts and
They know who they gonna take.
right. We ain't worried about some guy who played for Parkland basketball that wants to try out and play football. Give me the programs of the Florida Gators, the Miami Hurricanes, and the Florida State Seminoles,
You're right.
and the USC Trojans, and the Texas Longhorns, and I'll pick my NFL team.
You're right. You can.
And we still have time to go for dessert.
You're right.
Amazing.
You look up here, the second round is,
Second round's going on right now.
yeah.
Second round.
They have 10 minutes?
Right. And then you get, I think, 5 minutes from third round on. So,
Third round should be 30 seconds.
who made this? Who came up with this idea?
Pete Rozelle.
Yeah. Rest his soul.
You need to get rid of it.
Well, Roger Goodell need to change what Pete Rozelle put together and shorten this draft.
You're right.
You know, if we can pick a president quicker than we can pick the third pick
It'll
overall.
be 2 NBA games played before they get through today's draft.
There you go. And speaking of the NBA, playoffs.
Wow.
We're going into the playoffs. Week 1 is down in the NBA playoffs. And right now, the defending NBA champs,
Or down. They not out.
but they got an 8 count. And the ref is watching closely to take the mouthpiece out of Shaquille O'Neal's mouth and wave it off.
They're in trouble.
The Chicago Bulls.
The Chicago Bulls.
I'm going to say it again, but I'm going to look in the camera. The Chicago Bulls.
Chi-Town?
This is not 1992, not even 96. 2007 Chicago Bulls are up 3-0 on defending world champ Miami Heat.
But Joe, you got to think about it. I'm going to give Chicago credit. They're doing what they're supposed to do. But Miami is old. I mean, Dwayne Wade hurt. Shaquille's old. Gary Payton, I don't know where he at. I mean, after them, Antoine Walker's down there doing the Dancing with the Stars.
Tippy Toe Bandit.
Yeah, Jason Williams. I mean, he buck wild. He like and one, the professor.
Right.
He go to the hole, don't know what to do.
Well, I know one thing. I didn't expect them to sweep the Heat,
They might sweep them.
but with them being up 3-0 in this series,
So I don't count them out. You remember Remember, Miami was down 2-0 last year, won 4 games straight in the finals.
Yeah, but that's like you said earlier. This is a different Miami team. A little older, a little long in the tooth, as they say.
You got Alonzo Mourning. Come on now.
Zoe over there, he ready to sign it. Just like you talk about with the Raiders, AARP.
He's done.
He ready to get his card. Gary Payton,
He should have retired last year.
the glove, he the sock now.
He ain't even a sock. He's one of them stockings you just try out at the store.
Support hose. The glove is a support hose now.
That's all he is.
Yeah, that's sad. But Bulls up 3-0. Luau, dang,
The man they was talking about trading.
is now carrying them through the playoffs. Nocioni, Ben Gordon. I didn't see it coming. I don't know if anybody else out there
And
saw
Big
it
Ben.
coming.
And Big Ben.
I agree. Big Ben is doing what he was brought in
I
to
would
do.
love to cut his hair. I mean, just grab my
Just Ben Wallace would, man, you cut his hair.
If I give him a rat now, he won't.
Oh, that's true. Give him a right now, an old mouth shot.
It'd be a done deal.
Take it out. Cut my head. Cut my head.
You know, the other playoff series, I mean, then you go to the West, you got the Golden State Warriors. They average 20 people per game. They set an attendance record last night for 29,000 people
Wow.
at one game.
Now, you know what's amazing about that? Golden State usually only get about 1,000 people at their regular
Man,
season
they
game.
get people come out, hey, Joe, you want to play some basketball tonight?
No, man, I'm just going to sit here in front row, add a little popcorn.
You sure?
Let me get in the third quarter.
All right.
I'll get in there. And now look at it.
I mean, blasting. I didn't know they were 31-11 at home this year.
Well, you know who knows it now?
Dallas Mavericks. Don Nelson knows them.
Yes, they do. And Avery Johnson sitting over there looking like Jiminy Cricket.
Man, what y'all doing? Y'all ain't playing no basketball. Come on, guys. We got to play some defense.
Coach, we don't understand a word you saying.
Transition basketball.
And Don Nelson just sitting over there looking like a psychic with his black turtleneck on, and he's reading Avery's mind.
Yeah, you're gonna do this. Yeah,
When he goes to the right, just yes.
it's hard to believe. I mean, they blasted pretty good last night.
They up 2-1. You got the Warriors up 2-1 over the Mavericks. We just talked about the Bulls being up. Tonight, Houston and Utah.
I think Houston's gonna win that series.
Think Houston's gonna close them out.
T-Mac. No, they ain't gonna close them out because Utah
Right.
won the other night.
Right, it's
But
2-1, but I'm just.
T-Mac is focused right now.
He needs to be focused. He's never been out of the first round.
Well, you know, it's always the first.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to look at T-Mac and the fact that he's been in the league as long as Kobe Bryant. He's not a young fella.
No, but
He came in '95 with
yeah,
Kobe.
but look what he had. He came over to the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, and he was with his cousin, Vince Sanity.
Then he went to
Orlando.
Orlando Magic. Now, come on now. And Kobe went from the Charlotte Hornets being traded
To the
Los
Lo-
Angeles Lakers for Divock.
And now they have had different paths. I give you that. And
like-
different supporting cast.
He be like, do I want to take this highway or the milk and honey, or do I want to go down this bumpy road?
And T-Mac took the
Bumpy road. I can handle it. I can smooth that out. It didn't work.
No, it didn't. And the other thing is, you think about his physical situation with his back problems that he's had over
Back
time.
worse than ours.
Yeah.
He might have spasms tonight.
He blow his nose and he's out for 2 weeks. You know, you just never know with T-Mac. But like you said, Utah, Houston.
Got former Lions. Got a whole lot of former Lions in the NBA playoffs.
D. Brown got in the game the other night.
Good for D.
D. Brown got into the playoff game the other night. Utah Jazz.
You got Darren Williams, you got Luther Head,
Yeah.
and you got Brian Cook.
Brian Cook playing with who?
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Now, right now, Los Angeles down 2-1 to Phoenix, and they go at it tonight. My question is, the Zen Master and Kobe.
They ain't working.
It ain't working.
No.
What's the problem with that
Desperate
formula?
Housewives. They about ready to go do somebody.
They gonna go tip out and do something they ain't supposed to do.
You're right.
What's wrong with them?
I mean, me as a player, if I play for the Lakers and the coach come to me and say, we sit around in the huddle in the locker room, well, Kobe's going to shoot 50 times tonight. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my uniform off and I'm going to go get me some popcorn and I'm going to sit back and watch like this.
Well, you know we already had an incident earlier this year where Cook snapped on Phil Jackson.
I mean, I'm a player just like you are. Mm-hmm. I understand you're a superstar. Well, give me the ball there. You know, I can score. I did make the team.
Yeah, you did. We did have open tryouts, and you did make the 12-man run.
You got Kwame Brown. I mean, they got some lame players out there, Lakers, anyway.
And we talked earlier about guys getting fired. You know, we talked about Matt Millen in the NFL. Mitch Kupchak took over when Jerry West left and went to the Grizzlies. I think Mitch is on a short leash right now.
Yeah. Shaquille left, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll defend that trade any day, but
I'm telling you, if Shaquille had stayed in Los Angeles and Kobe acted like a human being, they could have won 7, 8 championships in a row.
Oh, if they'd have stayed together. But what I'm saying is that Kobe and Shaq, somebody had to go.
Oh, yeah. If it isn't, somebody's going to get hurt.
You talk about Desperate Housewives. That was irreconcilable differences, what that was. And they had to go. Now, with Phil and Kobe,
that ain't working out either.
It's not working. And
he just doing it for the money.
Now, I will say this in terms of skill. Kobe, I think personally, has the best basketball skills in the NBA. But the skills is not in the wins. It doesn't matter, as you said earlier, if he shoots it 50 times or he shoots it 10 times. The Lakers are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And I think...
Lamar Odom should touch the ball more than he do.
I agree. But Lamar Odom, another guy who's been in the league for quite a few years.
Yeah, he's been around. He's been shopping around too.
Right. So, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And Odom is, I ain't going to say he's an old dog, but his tooth... He ain't
no new dog.
No, he get a little long in the tooth himself. Now, we've looked at all the different teams. You got Cavaliers doing their thing against the Wizards.
The Wizards ain't got nobody.
Well,
they hurt.
You can't say the Butler did it because the Butler's gone. Agent Zero.
He got hurt too.
He's hurt too. So, we got some different issues going on in terms of that. New Jersey and Toronto.
New Jersey's a good team. They could be a dangerous team. But to me, the Detroit Pistons and tweaked it up just a little bit and tightened down the rope, and I think they're ready.
I agree. I think
they will rape the Bulls this time.
Coming out of the East, I'm going with Detroit.
Yeah, you have to.
Coming out of the West,
that's the top. I'm going to say San Antonio.
I'm saying Phoenix. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to see what these folks say on the phone line. Tell it like it is. UPTV Channel 6. Call and tell us your name. Tell us where you're calling from. Tell it like it is.
This is Lori. I'm calling from Champaign.
Hey, Lori.
Speaking of skill, you guys were speaking of skill, and I heard that you two were trying to do it a little bit at the batting cage today.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering if you could tell us about your skill just a little bit and how your arm's feeling.
Oh, right now I got it on ice, and I'm going to have exploratory surgery on Monday.
Yeah, because he was in the zone. If you didn't know, we was at the batting cage earlier with our Little League team, and we had to show him how to hit. So Big Poppy got in there. I missed 3 balls. Manny Ramirez got in there. He tore up everything.
Yeah, including my Palmolive soaked hands. So I don't know if I'll be doing that anymore, Lori.
Well, the batting cage will never be the same. We appreciated watching you all.
Well, we appreciate you calling in. Call us anytime. Tell it like it is. Take care. Yeah, see, people ain't supposed to know about them skills, man.
No.
And them old skills, too.
With them teams.
Right.
But, back to the NBA, Detroit, I'm going to say San Antonio.
San Antonio?
Because they play defense. They have the Maverick and Suns number for some reason.
So if you were putting a slipper on Cinderella's foot and Cinderella was actually the NBA, who would be the Cinderella?
Golden State Warriors.
Right now, the Golden State Warriors, 8th seed in the West. They had to play their way in to get to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Pressure's on Dallas now.
Well,
You know, they out there. They out there playing basketball.
right. They ain't playing basketball.
No,
They playing Avery Johnson ball.
you're right.
I agree. And you think about Dallas for a second. Mark Cuban has spent a lot of money over the years to get this team to where it's at. They were on the cusp of winning the championship last
He's
year.
like somebody else in Dallas, huh?
Cuban, Jones, Cuban, interchangeable.
Hey, sound like a cigar.
Yeah, it does.
The Cuban Jones.
And that cigar is getting smoked right now by the Golden State Warriors. But you think Golden State is your Cinderella?
Yeah,
I have
I
to
would
agree
say
with you
so.
on that. I'd have to agree with you in terms of that. We're going to go back to these phone lines. UPTV Channel 6, tell it like it is. Call us. Call and tell us your name. Tell us where you're calling from. Tell it like it is. Uh-oh.
Bad connection.
No, he was there. I heard the baby crying.
You heard the baby crying?
The baby was crying.
If the baby was crying, take care of the baby. And after you get through taking care of the baby, call us back. UPTV Channel 6, tell it like it is.
So who would be your Cinderella?
My Cinderella team, I don't know if you could actually call them a Cinderella. You talked earlier about the Houston Rockets. If T-Mac can get him over the hump and get him out of the first round, I think that's when the ball goes downhill for him. I think the pressure is on them just to get out of the first round.
Yeah.
If they can beat Utah, finish out that series, I think that builds a lot of confidence. And the reason why I say Houston, you got a 7'6" center.
Yow. Yo.
Yao,
Yo.
doing his thing.
He doing it.
T-Mac is a skilled ball player, but you got other good role players on that team. Rayford Alston,
Yeah.
you spoke of Luther Head earlier.
Chuck Hayes.
Chuck Hayes, who was at Kentucky for what, 17 years?
Yep.
Seems like every time I turn on a Kentucky game, Chuck Hayes. 1993, I think Chuck Hayes was playing for the.
He was a freshman.
Oh, that's what.
Red-shirted.
Red-shirted for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then came
That's how they
back.
play, you know.
Jawan Howard, skilled power forward. They've
Got
got.
skilled.
Well,
He's a power forward.
he's skilled enough. I'm not calling him the mailman, but he's no.
What school at?
He's a U of M man. That's a Wolverine, former Fab Five.
Oh, who?
Fab Five.
They ain't in existence.
Oh, can't speak of them no more. I'm sorry. Take that banner down.
It's been there.
What did they get to keep those? Did they give it to them and say, y'all put these in your garage or whatever?
They probably burnt them.
But that would be my Cinderella team. Would be
What about the East?
in the East. Whoever comes out of the East other than Detroit would be Cinderella.
I would say it'd be. I'm gonna say New Jersey and Detroit.
New Jersey and Detroit. Think, like I said, I think Detroit is going to come out of the East.
Oh, yeah.
But if there's another team, New Jersey, because they've got the three skilled players in Jefferson, Carter, and Kidd, I think it's going to work for Kidd due to the fact that his wife ain't there no more. Mm-hmm. She's not sitting on the sidelines going through his cell phone, screaming at him while he's shooting free throws. Hope that restraining order works,
Never heard of a restraining order. A man put it on a woman.
especially a 6'5", 220-pound man put on a 5'4" woman.
You have to. Sometimes.
Crazy. So NBA, that's your Cinderella. First half of the show's complete, folks. And Stat Girl is over here doing her nails.
Yeah.
What's the phone number?
384-2452.
Did you hear that, people? Stat Girl said 384-2452. UPTV Channel 6, tell it like it is.
Give us a call.
Give us a call, 384-2452. Stat Girl needs to work. Because if you don't call and she doesn't answer, her contract gets terminated.
Excuse me?
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
There's
Get
a,
paid by performance.
right, and this is a 3-call minimum show. She said, please call like it's a telethon. Phone lines are now open. So yeah, 384-2452. Give us a hit. UPTV Channel 6, tell it like it is. I know it's beautiful outside. I know you're watching. There's NBA playoffs is on, NFL drafts in the middle of the second round, you know, but if you get a chance and you're checking us out, give us a call. Me, Big Joe, Big Bun, sitting here enjoying the beautiful April weather,
Right. Windy April weather.
windy April, and you know when it's windy and the pitches are coming in and the batters are swinging, it's time to play some
Baseball.
been very, very good. to us.
You're right.
Barry Bonds.
He's getting awfully close. Awfully close.
Whew. I thought after the last 2 years, it was going to take him the entire season just to get to 755.
All-Star break.
Before, about second week of June.
I'll tell you what, if he decides to break the record or breaks the record, I think he's going to lay his bat down at home plate and retire
You think you're going to do that?
halfway through the season.
Man, I'm telling you, that's what I've been hoping. My dream is he gets to 754
And just quit.
and quit right there on the spot. Just walks
never know,
away
he
from the
might.
game. You know, but I know he's a competitor. You know, I think the thing that bothers me more than anything about the allegations against Bond, he's been a 40-40 guy.
For a long time. This man been hitting home runs since his rookie year at the Pittsburgh Pirates.
When he was skinny, like I used to be.
And Bobby Bonilla.
Right. The Killer Bees.
Killer Bees.
And now here it is, he's approaching the most hallowed record in Major League Baseball, basically in all the sports.
You're right.
Home run record. 756, he will be the man.
I'll tell you what, Joe. You know, they said records made to be broke. I think this is one record that will never be broke by. If Barry Bonds break it, won't nobody else come close.
You know, years ago we used to say that about when Hank Aaron broke this record. The way A-Rod's hitting home runs this year, he might break it next year.
A-Rod slow down. He'll get hurt.
You think that's what's going to happen?
It happened to Griffey.
Yeah, that's true. Because everybody thought when Griffey was in the prime of his career, he was going to be the one.
That man was putting holes in the King Dome.
He was. Now look at him.
They putting holes in him now.
Right.
Surgery holes.
You know, he's got inflamed colon and his lungs. He got problems there. And, you know, Griff just ain't the guy that we thought he was going to turn out to be.
Griff going down.
I think the worst thing that happened, I understand why he made the move. He was trying to go back to Cincinnati, play where his dad played, where he grew up. When he left Seattle and went back home, didn't work. We talk about careers being resurrected. Sammy Sosa
Yes.
and the Texas Rangers.
He's in home run.
Sammy Sosa already had 7 home runs in the month of April. Now last year he wasn't even in baseball.
No. And the year before, I don't think he had 7 home runs the whole year.
I think he was having some Jerry curl problems in Baltimore. He couldn't get the right activator or something.
Maybe so.
Because when he was in Baltimore, he was horrible. But now Sammy is on pace right now to hit 40 home runs for the season.
Well, they say A-Rod was on pace to hit 117,
He'll only hit about 96.
and they said over 300 RBIs.
He'll hit 96 home runs.
He won't hit 96.
All right, I'm exaggerating, 91.
47.
47? You say A-Rod hits 47? He hits 60 plus this year.
Really?
He'll hit 60 plus.
He in the zone right now?
He's in the zone. A-Rod, he's best, right now in the game today, he's the best baseball player, bar none. He is the Kobe Bryant of baseball.
No.
In terms of skill level, nobody better.
Oh, you talking about fielding and hitting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Nobody better.
But Big Poppy's the best dangerous hitter in baseball.
Big Poppy's the guy you want up there when there's 2 men on, 2 out, bottom of the ninth. Now, A-Rod's had a couple walk-off home runs this year, but before his career,
He's having a great month.
Right. He's
if you're a
missed
fantasy draft person, A-Rod is your man this month.
Mr. April.
Mr. April. Let's see what May does.
Yeah. Now let's see what October does for the Yankees.
Well, I mean, they put so much pressure over in New York. I mean, Jeter is the Yankees.
Right.
And A-Rod come here and took all this publicity and took all the money. You know, he robbed the bank. So the Yankees just trying to build back up, and now they're paying for it right now because they don't have no pitchers.
Say that again, because there's a lot of folks out there I don't think understand that word.
What, rob the bank?
Pitching.
Oh, yeah, pitching. They don't have any pitching. They all on a DL.
And they're horrible.
They cannot go 4.5 innings.
You know, the Yankees had 16 errors in their first 19 games. This is not slow pitch softball. This is the major leagues. You cannot perform at that level and expect to win. I don't care how much money you pay guys.
You're right. I mean, the pitchers they have, they old. I mean,
You got old pitchers with old arms. You got suspect fielders. Now, Bernie Williams, they let him go. Johnny Damon's patrolling center field. You got Derek Jeter playing shortstop, A-Rod at third. And what's happening to the defense?
going downhill.
Downhill.
You got Godzilla out in left field.
And he's looking like, because he's burning it up, everything.
He's burning it up bad.
You know, Matsui. Yankee fans might want to rethink the situation happening out there in the Bronx, because
They lost what till today. I'm sure they won today.
maybe.
7 in a row, 8 in a row.
Yeah. And it's the pitching.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of losers, the Cubs.
Hey, they winning.
Cubs are here, they playing the Cardinals.
That's true.
It's like playing your little brother out and back.
You're gonna beat up, slap him around.
You got the Cubs, you got the Cardinals, both of them cellar dwellers in the Central National League.
Who's leading that division?
The Brew Crew, Milwaukee.
Get out of here.
Milwaukee.
Old Milwaukee.
Old Miller. Old Milwaukee. You remember that? Old white can with the red label.
Yeah.
And they doing it too. But
Prince Fielder.
I bring up the fact the Cubs and Cardinals playing weekend series right now. Cubs won today 8-1. My question is, which one of these teams is going to step up, if either, to make any serious challenge for either the wild card or leading the division?
I think the Cubs might.
Think the Cubs might? Zambrano was on the hill today.
I mean, they'll come around. I mean, they went out and spent Wrigley Field money, allowance for the year.
Yeah, I think they dug Mr. Wrigley up and took all the gum money he had and bought everybody that they had this year. I'm looking at the Cubs right now. I've been hard on them. I already said that
Well, you know, you got to,
season
ride 'em.
wash, but Zambrano pitched today. Rich Hill and Ted Lilly have been doing excellent on the mound. Jason Marquis won last night against his old team.
Yeah.
You know, if you get those four, Hill, Lilly, Zambrano, Marquis, on a roll, the problem is their fifth starter. Wade Miller, he's out
Gary
there.
Woods.
Who?
Gary Woods.
Who?
Pryor.
Richard Pryor?
No. Aaron Pryor.
Aaron Pryor, the Hawk. That's what they need to put out there, because
This guy, I mean, I can't believe Cubs. I mean, I'm not a Cub fan. I mean, it's hard. You still holding on to Woods and Pryor. It's like they got some dirt on the organization. Man, if you trade us, we're going to tell about you.
I think they got pictures of Jim Henry and that goat. They keep talking about walking the goat around the field.
Pryor's out for the year, but it's not career-ending surgery.
It should be Chicago Cub career-ending surgery. You know.
It
Well,
should.
You know whose career is almost over? Stat Girl. Caller, tell us your name.
What do you think about Mark Pryor?
Hold on.
Hello.
I'd like to know, what do you think about Mark Pryor and his shoulder surgery?
Well, we were just sitting there talking about the fact that Pryor needs to go. He should have been gone 3 years ago, and now we find out with the surgery that he just had this week, he's done for the season. He should be done as a Cub. The investment was a bad one. You know,
Do you think he took steroids?
my personal opinion is yes. This is a true indication for two reasons. Number one, 52% of the pitchers in the major league tested positive for steroids.
What about what about Kerry Wood?
Kerry Woods, another one. I think both of them did.
Really?
Just based on their body makeup and the velocity that they threw with and the type of injuries that they started coming down with
How do you
at
think
such an early
the
part
Cubs
in
are
their
going to
career.
do this year?
How I think the Cubs going to do this year?
Yes.
Right now, we were just the Cubs right now probably be middle of the pack. They may challenge for the wild card if Lilly and Marquis and Rich Hill and Zambrano hold up and continue to give them the pitching they're getting. They got to stay consistent. I think the key for the Cubs is now that Felix P.A. has come up from the minors. I think he's
Do you
doing
think the Cincinnati Reds are?
Cincinnati Reds.
Hello?
I don't know what the Reds are going to do this year.
So, do you think they're going to make a run at it?
The Reds?
Yeah.
Right now, Griffey is day-to-day with his injury problems. Now, I know they're getting some good performance from Hamilton out in center field. He's doing a real good job after coming back from the drug rehab. But I still think the Brewers right now are the team to beat in the NL Central.
I see. What do you think? Did you watch the draft today?
Yeah, we checked out the draft. What do you think? Who's your team, caller?
I think that Drew. Excuse me. I think Drew Stanton should have been the #1 overall pick.
Caller, you must be having a good time right now if you said Drew Stanton should have been the #1 pick. Anything else, caller?
What?
I said, anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, no, Drew Stanton should have been the #1 pick.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and let you go. You give us a call next week on Tell It Like It Is. Take care.
Drew Stanton.
Drew Stanton, the #1 pick in the NFL.
He must have been a Michigan State guy.
Nah, I think he's a Piccadilly's guy. That's a fan that enjoys sports, and I appreciate you calling. You hit us anytime and Tell It Like It Is.
Drew Stanton.
Drew Stanton, the #1 pick. You know what? A Illini fan,
You're right.
because Drew Stanton did.
Well, you know, speaking of the Chicago Cubs, I was checking them out last week, and a famous manager was on the TV, and he was talking like he'd been tipping all day.
Oh, Dusty. And Dusty, we trusty. Well, you know what we're going to trust? We're going to trust that girl with these phone lines again. UPTV Channel 6. Caller, tell us your name. Tell us where you're calling from. Hello?
Hello?
This is Star.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Martez. Martez Miller.
Martez Miller.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to know that what you think about the playoffs what's going on this year. What team is going to take it all the way?
Well, we were talking earlier, I think coming out of the East, the Detroit Pistons, and out of the West, I'm looking at the Phoenix Suns being the two teams that'll be playing in the NBA Finals this year. Who do you think?
Man, I think Phoenix taking it all the way. You already know.
Phoenix going to take it all the way?
Yes, sir.
What about the East? Anybody coming out the East, or it doesn't matter?
For the East, I don't even know.
You don't even know and you don't even care, do you?
No, I just care about Phoenix. That's it, man.
Well,
You know the last 3 or 4 championships come out of the East.
I think about, like, Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You know,
you-
LeBron James, they won today.
yeah, well, you know, they're beating up on the Wizards. The Wizards have no magic left.
Right.
So, anything else you want to talk about, Mr. Miller?
No, that's it, man.
Well, appreciate you calling. Tell it like it is.
Huh?
I said, appreciate you calling.
All right, man.
Take care.
You too.
So, Phoenix Sun, boy, the Stat Girls earning their money now.
Right. She must have people call.
Yeah, I think,
Please call, please.
You know,
oh, my job's in jeopardy.
3 call minimum.
You right.
You know, as you know, Stat Girl knows about minimums. Yeah, there she goes, the one-finger wonder. I hope the folks out there watching really, you know, we need to get like
Behind the scenes.
behind the scenes of Stat Girl, a day with Stat Girl, and see what she does in terms of hanging out. She probably hangs out with that dude that said Drew Stanton should be the #1 pick. Mr. Piccadilly.
Drink one for us.
Now, last week you weren't here, but we had a special show last week. We were able to get the coup of all coups on talk shows.
Really?
We had Michael Jordan here. Tell it like it is.
MJ?
MJ himself. He was sitting right over there.
You gotta get out of town.
We had MJF here. We were supposed to have a live studio audience last week. We were able to make contact with MJF, and because of that, we had to move the studio audience out of the room for security reasons. And the reason why we had him here is because you know his son's supposed to be coming down. Mm-hmm. Stat Girl, you got that phone line working there? Call her. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're calling from. Tell it like it is.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, what's up? This is Jose.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How you guys doing?
Doing excellent. What's going on with you?
You guys got the draft today?
Yeah, we did. We were sitting back checking out the first round. What team were you looking at, and what surprised you the most out of the draft today?
Well, my team is the Bears, of course. But I was wondering if were you guys surprised that Brady Quinn did not break down in tears today?
I was expecting that, and I must say this for the NFL and Roger Goodell. He's already showing his colors as a good commissioner, and the fact that they offered to take him out of the green room and put him in a private room to get away from that media scrutiny that was happening. I mean, I think that was a class act.
He was shocked.
He was stunned, especially when he didn't get picked by the Miami Dolphins. Because after that, there was no team that needed a quarterback for at least 7 picks.
Because Caller, he was back there, he was like, let me go get some off these tables back here.
Make me another sandwich.
Come on, man, somebody called me. He picked up his phone and checked it. Yeah, it still worked.
And his agent, I think everybody was in shock. But Caller, Bear fan, Greg Olsen, 31st pick, tight end out of Miami. What do you think about that?
Excuse me?
I said the Bears pick Olsen out of Miami, tight end, 31st pick. What do you think about that?
I am a huge fan of G-Rag and the 7th floor crew.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I am pumped about that. I know, the 7th floor crew, I am a huge Miami U fan. I love the pick.
You love the pick.
I love it.
Now, I was thinking that the Bears might go on the defensive side with the tackle with the problems that Tank Johnson's been having. Anything else you want to talk about, Caller?
A side question. I don't know how into soccer you guys are, but what is your feelings about Manchester United? I'm a big soccer fan.
Manchester United? I'm going to turn it over to my resident soccer professional.
You got me.
That's a goal.
Well, I appreciate you calling. Hit us next week. We'll be back on Fridays. Tell it like it is.
Peace.
Take care.
Soccer.
You got to tell it like it is on everything.
You right, goal.
Manchester United.
Hey, DC Revolution.
Right. Now, it's that girl
That girl is running.
She's running. Are you ready for us? Call us. Go ahead.
What do you think about Jordan's kid committing, or not committing, but going to U of I and turning down offers?
Excellent question. We were actually just getting ready to delve into that. I actually think it's a good deal for him in the fact that by not accepting a scholarship anywhere, he's not going anywhere and having any high expectations on him. If he'd went to Valpo and taken the scholarship there, I think people would have been expecting big things from him coming in playing. But by coming here to the U of I as a walk-on, he can just come in and be one of the guys and play with the team and develop his game. And hopefully, when he becomes an upperclassman, he may be able to contribute to the team.
I think it's a setup. They're going after his brother.
You think that's what it is?
Oh, yeah. They want the Jordan boys.
Yeah, and his brother's an excellent sophomore right now.
Yes, he is.
So that is a good point. That may what may be happening with the Illini, but I think for him personally, I think it was a good move just to the fact that, as I said earlier, it takes all the pressure off of him of being Michael Jordan's son, and now he can just come down here and play basketball and go to school.
I think it's a good recruiting thing, too, because that'll draw teams. I want to play with Michael Jordan's son. You know, that might draw some attention.
You're right. Anything else, Caller?
What do you think about Keyshawn Johnson's performance today at the NFL Draft as commentator?
Actually, he did an excellent job. I think Michael Irvin might want to start thinking about a new career because Keyshawn did an excellent job commentating on the NFL Draft today.
Yes, he did.
Caller, anything else on Tell It Like It Is?
I would just like to back up what the caller earlier said about Drew Stanton being the #1 overall pick. He definitely showed what he could do at Michigan State. So that's all I'd like to say.
Okay. Well, you take care. You call us anytime. Tell it like it is.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Take care.
There's been a special drink out there. We got to find us some Sparty water.
Right. I'm going to give me some old Sparty water, too, because we got a lot of Drew Stanton fans calling in here.
Man.
#1 pick.
Dean Cleaves. I think he ought to be in the All-Star game.
Mo Peterson. Got all these Michigan State folks calling in. But like the guy talked about, M. Jeff's son is coming here to play for Bruce Weber as a walk-on. My question is it's good for the kid, but what about the program? You said it's a recruiting ploy.
I believe he might come in and take somebody's job.
You think he might come here and take somebody's job? Now,
It's wide open.
yeah, I mean, after the season they just came out of,
Every position should be open.
now you know whose position is not open? Stat Girl. She's on fire.
He's in Fayetteville.
Caller, tell us your name. Tell it like it is.
Charles,
What's going on?
good.
How can we help you this evening on Tell It Like It Is?
What do you think about Miami and Chicago?
Stunned. That's the only thing I can say, stunned. I don't think anybody expected the Heat to just lay down to the Bulls like they have.
They ain't laying down. They ain't laying down yet. They
What-
get in it.
What are your thoughts on this series?
I think Chicago's going to take it in 4.
Bulls in a sweep, huh? Get the brooms out?
Yeah.
I think you're right on that. I think the key game was game 3. I think everybody thought Miami was going to go back home, get the game right, and pull back within one of the Bulls. But the Bulls came out, as we said earlier, Luol Deng, who was on the trading block earlier this year, is playing phenomenal basketball for the Bulls.
He's making the Duke Blue Devils look good.
Yeah, he is. He's finally a Blue Devil who actually can play basketball in the NBA.
That's true.
He's doing a heck of a job. Ben Gordon, Ben Wallace on Shaq. I think you're right. We're going to have to get the dustpans out because it will be a sweep when the Bulls go ahead and close this thing out. Anything else, caller?
Nah, that's it.
Appreciate you calling. Tell it like it is. You give us a hit anytime.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
It's that girl. Look at her. She can wear them shoes out.
Right. We're going to have to get her another
Look at
coupon.
some easy walkers.
Exactly.
Call her, tell her like it is. Hello?
She's working on it. One finger wonder.
Oh, okay.
You know, but now you think it's a good recruiting ploy to bring MJ's son here. My thing is this. Does it become a distraction for the program? You know, is Jordan coming here to watch the games? You
Yeah,
know,
he'll come watch his son play. What are you coming here for then? For the Papa Del's pizza?
he might be, but you know, we're gonna find out what this caller think. UPTV Channel 6, tell like it is. Caller, tell us your name, tell us where you're calling from.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Jim from the south side of Chicago. How you doing?
Excellent, Jim. How you feeling, man?
I just want to know, what do you guys think about, are you guys hockey fans?
I used to be old Boston Bruin fan.
Really? Well, what do you think about the Blackhawks this year? I mean, really a letdown season with Happy Bowen and Martin Havlat having off-season surgery now.
The Blackhawks have been struggling. Savard is really, they can't turn it around up there in Chicago. They need to get rid of the owner until Wirtz is gone.
That guy, I hate that guy.
And
He charges way too much for his ticket prices, and they need to put the games on TV.
I was just going to say, with the cable contract that he has, the ticket prices, and the coaches that he's put in that place, the Blackhawks are just like what happened with the Bears. Until Papa Bear was gone, the Bears couldn't come back. Until Wirtz is gone, we'll never get the Hawks back to their glory days.
Okay, another question. What do you think about my White Sox? I'm a diehard White Sox fan.
White Sox right now,
They need to step it up a little bit.
yeah,
It'll warm up. It's cold. It's cold in Chicago. Would you want to play baseball in the snow?
Excuse me?
Would you want to play baseball in the snow?
Of course not.
All right, them guys, even though they're getting paid millions of dollars, they don't want to play in the snow either. So it'll warm up. Give them a break.
It's their job. They get paid for it. Go hard week in and week out.
That's true. But we all human.
I was just going to say, you got to remember, those guys are just as human as anybody else. And
We should have never got rid of Ross Lode.
They come from, spring training in Florida and Arizona where it's 80, 90 degrees every day. Then they come to Chicago and it's 35 and it's snow flurries.
I will say this, one positive for the Sox, Danks looks like that was a great move to bring him
He
in.
lost some weight.
You know, he's going to be an awesome pitcher for years to come for the Sox. Anything else, caller?
Excuse me. I heard two callers earlier. This Drew Sand thing is really taking off. I can see him do a lot of things in the future for the Detroit Lions. I wish the Bears would have picked him up. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I think right now we're going to get some Sparty water and a big green helmet down here, and we're going to watch Drew Stanton go straight to the Hall of Fame after 10 glorious years in Detroit.
Okay, music.
Go ahead, take care, caller. Appreciate you. What's that now? We lost him.
Yeah.
He's hanging out with the Drew Stanton Piccadilly crowd.
Hey, call back and tell us where you at.
Exactly. Because we only got 5 minutes left, and we might become Drew Stanton fans soon after tonight. We appreciate those guys calling. We had nothing but fun here on Tell It Like It Is. Now, we were talking earlier about Jeff and his son coming here and the distractions it may cause. You think anything's going to come out of that?
I believe he'll have a good career here.
You think Jeffrey Jordan's going to have a good career here in Illinois?
Yeah.
But what about Michael coming here, if he does come? My honest, humble opinion, I don't think you'll see him here on campus, but maybe once.
He brought him down here.
He was here with us. Juanita had him down here. Anybody who saw the show last week, you can call and confirm that for us. He was sitting right over there.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Stat Girl.
Yes.
Who was here last week?
Michael and his wife. Oh, sorry, Ed.
His ex.
Sorry.
All right, we had to keep. Juanita sat over there. Michael sat in that chair right there. Anybody who saw the show and saw Mike talking about his son coming down here, you may not be. Producer, you cutting them off?
Yep.
No more calls? Well, next week you give us a call, tell them about it. Yeah, Jeff was sitting right over there. Tell it like it is.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Now, before we get out of here, man, we've been talking a lot of sports. But there's a show that comes on Monday night that starting to get into.
No. American Idol. Deal or No Deal?
No.
Not Dancing with the Stars.
Oh!
Oh, no. They got you too.
They got me. They got me. I'm a Dancing with the Stars fan.
No.
Yeah.
DVR it?
No, I actually watch it.
Wow. You first.
And I'm broken up to Clyde Drexler. Clyde could dance. He was horrible. But Muhammad Ali's daughter is on there.
I've seen her box in person.
Watch her dance.
Oh, you know the reason why she on there? I mean, what you gonna do? You gonna vote me on? Or catch one of your right hooks?
If you saw her,
I don't watch it, so I couldn't tell you.
you don't watch it, you need to check it out, man.
All right, I'll DVR it.
DVR it. I know there's some Dancing with the Stars fans out there watching.
They out there.
The Piccadilly crew, I know y'all watch Dancing with the
They
Stars.
dancing with Drew Stanton.
Y'all dancing with Drew Stanton, you gotta be Dancing with the Stars.
They got to.
They got to.
So, I mean, tell me about it. I know we ain't got to.
I never was a dance fan until I saw this show. You gotta watch it. It's one of those
Soul Train.
Now,
Come on, man.
I wasn't a dance. I was watching Soul Train, but I wasn't a dance fan, you know. But I tell you what, next week we'll check it out together. Just like when we get out of here, Big Bun, I appreciate you coming on,
no
man.
No problem, man. No problem.
We go back and watch the second round of the draft.
About halfway through.
It should be halfway through. Stat Girl,
Yeah.
I'm glad you had your running shoes on. You did a great job. Tell it like it is.
Thank you.
We're out of here.
A master at work.